Hey, and welcome to episode 146 of the Guy Who Sews podcast. My name is Sean, and this is my weekly update where I share my quilting adventures. I'd like to welcome both new and returning viewers, but if you are new, I'd love it if you take just a few moments to say hi in the comments. Come see what I've been working on, what I've completed, and all the other fun and exciting news. But let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. I got quite a bit done this week. I would have liked to have gotten more, but I've also done a lot of behind-the-scenes preparations, cutting fabric and that sort of thing there. So let's go ahead and see what I've got done. The first thing is the Dare She Blows, which is a free pattern by Art East Quilting Co. So if you're interested, go ahead and download it. It's free. It's a great way to jump in and try out the Art East products. And so last week you saw this part, and what I did is I went ahead and put the borders around the edge. So now it is 20.5 inch square. And what I want to do with this is go ahead and put something on the back, and that way it'll be a nice cushion or pillow cover. I don't know if I'm going to quilt it or not. It may just be a simple pillow. We'll have to see. You'll see in the future update how that one works. And then the next thing I worked on was chapter 1 of the 100 Acre Woods, and we're making the Winnie the Pooh block right here. And so I went ahead and cut out all the fabric, all the background fabric, the balloon, the poo, and all that sort of stuff there. But we didn't stop there. We actually got some assembly done, which I'm super excited about. And this is looking so fantastic. It's all made of Riley Blake fabrics. I bought the kit from Art East, and this is what we have so far. Let me pull it back a little bit so you can actually see it all. And so he's got his arm sticking up in the air right now, and he's actually going to be attached to a balloon. There's going to be some bumblebees around the end edges and that sort of thing there. So this block's going to turn out really nice. We've got a nice head start on it, but we've still got a bit of assembly to do. That's what I have for my works in progress at the moment. I have some finished objects and some other fun and exciting news to share with you, so don't run off. It's now time to do our week in review, and if you're new to the channel, this is a series of videos I take during the week, mostly of me sewing, but also of any adventures we get up to, so I hope you enjoy. Last week I asked everybody if they used a mini iron, a full iron, or if they used both, that sort of thing there. I loved hearing all the responses, and it seems a lot of you have several. Some have a mini iron they take on retreats or use it for piecing, and then a larger iron to do yardage. I use the mini iron for all my piecing because I have a little table right next to me, and it just works out beautifully, and usually I work with small pieces, so I don't need a huge iron. And then I also have a steam press back here that I can use for yardage, t-shirt quilts, and that sort of thing there. And so this week's question, since we talked about our friend Winnie the Pooh, I thought it'd be fun to ask, do you love honey? And if so, do you have a favorite type? For me, I love all honey, but I think my favorite may have to be like an orange blossom or some of the sweeter ones. Let me know in the comments what your favorite honey is. So what are my goals for this week? Well, it's probably going to be a lot of cutting of fabric and some more assembly. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and finish this block here. We're halfway done probably, and I'd love to see this all completed. This embroidery thing here in the middle kind of scares me, but I know John's got some really good tutorials on that, so I'm sure I can handle that. And then I'd love to go ahead, I've been talking about this for weeks, cut out this thing here, this block, which is the caterpillar for the Alice in Wonderland inspired sew along. And part of me kind of wants just to keep on going and cut this one out too. Maybe cut out 2 of them and then just assemble them, back to back. That'd be a lot of fun. And then also the produce section, but I think I'm getting a little ambitious on that one. Let me know what your goals are for this week. Next up is our news and events, and we've had a video come out every day this week. We are in the middle of Vlogtober, which is a challenge I've given to myself to put out one video every day for the month of October. And for this year's Vlogtober, I am going back and showing the quilts that I made back before I started my podcast. It's been really, really cool going back down memory lane. If you've missed any of those videos, go check them out. I did not have a live yesterday as we had a fun family event. You'll get to see footage on that later on in a future episode because I couldn't squeeze it all in. But this upcoming week, we're going to do some more Vlogtober before the podcast episodes and hopefully some time lapses as well. And then this coming Saturday morning, I'm going to have Moody Girl Creates come join me on my live as my guest. We've never had her on before. I'm really looking forward to hang out with her for a little while. So don't miss that one out. Check it out, 8 a.m. Eastern, Saturday morning. So now it is time for some happy mail. And the first thing I bought was for myself. It was not gifted to me. I went ahead and bought it because I'm putting all these small pieces together. I'm slowly running out of the Wonder Clips or the off-brand ones. I like these just as much, and I love all the different colors. So I went ahead and bought this 100 pack, but I figured, why get 100 when you can get 200? So that should keep me going. It allows me to put several of these blocks, cut them out all at once at the same time, and that way I can actually get some momentum, because sometimes I get to a point where I just finish something and then I have to start all over. So maybe if I can do a couple of things at once, I'll get that momentum going. And then the other day I got this wonderful gift from a dear co-worker of mine who quilts. Her father used to make these wonderful ruler holders, and she asked if I wanted one. I was like, absolutely, it would be wonderful to have. And so this is it here. It holds, I think, 17 rulers. I don't have that many, but it's nice to be able to expand, and it looks really cool. I'm going to put a picture up here of my current rulers sitting in this thing here. It sits on a bench right behind me, so it's going to be really, really handy. I appreciate you, Donna, so much for giving this to me. It's going to be very, very much cherished here in the house. As many of you know, I host an online guild, and if you don't, I host an online guild, and we would love to have you join us. Our next meeting will be next Sunday, the 27th or 26th, whatever next Sunday is, at 8 p.m. Eastern. We host it over our Discord server in the voice room there, and that way it's just a lot of fun. So if you'd like to come join us, we'd love to have you. It's very low-key, very relaxed. We come and do some show and tell and that sort of thing there, so I'd love to have you join us. And so now it is time for me to show you a finished block, and this one is fun. I put this one together fairly quickly. It was not as complicated as I thought. It's one of the blocks for the produce section by Elizabeth Hartman. It is what they call a cantaloupe, so it's right here. I used all solids for this except for the background, and I think it turned out really, really nicely. But I call it the Rockmelon block because that's what we call cantaloupes in Australia. We call them rockmelons because the outside of it looks like a rock. I think it makes sense, and a lot easier to spell than cantaloupe, right? Let me know if in your country you call this a different name than cantaloupe or rockmelon. I'd love to hear in the comments as well. So that is it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. It helps me out immensely. Tell a friend. I always love hearing comments from my viewers. I'm a bit behind on my comments, but I am reading them and responding to them as quickly as I can. I hope you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.